Have you ever looked at a product you absolutely love and just wondered, how did they make this so good? Do you think it was just some single stroke of genius, a light bulb moment that happened all at once? Well, the real answer is way more interesting, and it's a process we're going to break down right now.
Here's the truth of it. That eureka moment is pretty much a myth. Great design isn't some finish line you cross. It's a journey. It's this constant process of adapting, of learning, and of improving.
You know, in today's best product teams, design isn't treated like some first step that just gets handed off. It's more like a living, breathing conversation with users, where every single piece of feedback helps to shape and refine the product over time.
Now, to manage that ongoing conversation in a way that actually works, you need a system. And for modern product teams, that system is the iterative development cycle. You can think of it as the engine that gives design the power to evolve in a really structured, really powerful way.
So instead of trying to build an entire product in one massive go, teams build it in small, focused chunks called sprints. These are just short work periods, maybe 1 or 2 weeks long. And at the end of each sprint, you have a real, working piece of the product that's ready for feedback. That feedback then fuels the very next cycle of improvement. This whole approach is a total game changer. It lets you test new ideas before you commit a ton of resources. It lets you pivot easily when things change, and they always change. And you're just relentlessly polishing the product. But maybe most importantly, it guarantees that the user's actual needs stay at the very center of every single decision. Okay, so if iterative development is the system, then the designer, well, they're the navigator. They play this absolutely vital role in steering the product through the whole journey, and their involvement is constant. Let's take a closer look at how that actually works.
You've got to forget that old idea of design as this separate phase that ends right when development begins. In an iterative model, design is a core ingredient. It's woven right into the fabric of every single sprint.
You can really see the rhythm here. Before a sprint even kicks off, designers are doing research and laying the groundwork. During the sprint, they're right there in the trenches with the developers, clarifying details, solving problems. And then afterwards, they're looking at what was just built, analyzing feedback, and using those insights to plan out the course for the very next cycle. It really is a loop that just never stops.
So, how does a designer navigate all of these cycles with any confidence? What's guiding their decisions? Well, they rely on direct feedback from real users. This is what turns educated guesses into choices that are actually based on evidence.
I love this quote because it just perfectly captures the mindset you need to have. In the early stages, when you're just exploring an idea, the goal isn't some flawless, pixel-perfect design. The goal is to learn as much as you can, as quickly and efficiently as possible. Prototypes are the key tools for that rapid learning. Designers use different levels of detail, or fidelity, to answer different questions. They might start with super simple lo-fi paper sketches, just to see if a core concept makes sense. Then they might move to a mid-fi clickable prototype to test usability. And only then do they create a hi-fi, polished mock-up to really refine those visual details.
It's a fair question, right? Making changes is one thing, but proving that those changes are actually making the product better, that's a whole other ballgame. Prototypes give you that rich, qualitative feedback, but to really measure your impact, you need concrete data.
And that's where the data comes in. With usability tests, we can see how people interact with the product. With things like analytics and heat maps, we measure what they do at a huge scale. And with surveys, we can just ask them why they do it. Altogether, these tools give you a really complete picture to guide your improvements.
Let's make this feel real for a second. Imagine a team sees data and gets feedback that users are really struggling to find key features on their website. So the design team takes those insights and comes up with a completely new navigation system.
And here's what happens. After launching the redesign, the analytics show a huge, dramatic increase in user engagement with those deeper pages. See, the data doesn't just suggest the change was good, it proves it. That's the power of data-informed design right there in action.
Now, there's this common fear that if you focus too much on beta, you'll somehow stifle creativity, right? Like you're turning design into a paint-by-numbers exercise. But that could not be further from the truth.
Data doesn't replace great design intuition. It gives it direction. It helps designers focus all that creative energy on solving the right problems for the user, which makes sure their brilliant ideas have the biggest possible impact. This all leads to a really fundamental shift in how you think.
The goal isn't to reach some imaginary finished state anymore. Because in a world of constantly evolving user needs and technology, the journey of continuous improvement, well, that is the destination. And when you really embrace this journey, you get incredible results. You get products that genuinely connect with users because they were built with them, not just for them. You get teams that make smarter decisions. And you get this powerful sense of alignment between design, development, and really the whole organization. Think about the products you love and use every single day. They aren't static things, are they? They are living systems, constantly growing, adapting, and getting better, all guided by a commitment to this iterative process.
So, this process leaves us with a really inspiring challenge. It shifts our focus away from what's already done and toward the limitless potential of what we can learn, build, and improve next. The only question left is, where are you going to start?